We are live, back again on another Thursday. We gotta name this show, this podcast, this whatever, whatever. But remember, it is the number one, soon to be, business strategy and funding show on Facebook, soon to be YouTube. But today I'm Marcus, the Money Man. I've got the guru, Tavante, and I got it right this time, JD, the champ of real estate.
Live from the car.
How y'all doing today, guys?
Solid, man.
I'm pretty good. Tired, but I'm good.
Working to the bone, man. I feel you. I've been up all day, but as usual, Thursdays they're good for me, especially these last couple of weeks. We get on here, we talk a little bit about business. We find out what's going on with each other. But today's topic, I think it's a big one, especially for the business owners who just need to get rolling or make it to the next month without going through all the whole rigmarole of why I should have did this 2 years ago. And it's making sure your credit is in place so you can take full advantage of business credit secrets and strategies. And I'll start it off. And what I mean by the business credit secrets and strategies, imagine if you were the best person in your field. Say you were a masseuse, right? You can get your license. There's plenty of people who get their license. But you want to venture off and do your own thing. You've got a nice base of clientele, and you can potentially bring them over, but you don't have the funds to get yourself a facility that fits your standards and shows your brand and your vision to your clients for that high level, right? Because you forgot to pay that T-Mobile bill back in 2006. Has that happened to any of you guys? You guys ever have anything that's on your credit that's restricting you to move forward and do more?
That was when the Sidekick was out. Damn, that sounds personal.
Sorry, brother. Well, I tell you, man, my worst one, I had a credit card. I went and I bought some furniture from Value City. It was popular back in the Midwest. Yeah. And I got a store card. I was like, yeah, I'm straight. I got enough money. We're going to put furniture in this brand new house. And yep, I didn't pay it after I got the furniture in there. So you know what happens? It's bad credit.
Bad credit.
For a couch. For a couch. Yeah, but go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, mine is similar, man. Like I signed up for my first credit card because it came with a 49er bag. Signed up outside of college. They had a booth, and this was genius on their part. It was a Visa booth, and they set up a booth for a credit card, your first credit card, and you get a free bag. I was in it for the free bag, not the card. But kind of the same thing. Got that card and went reckless with it.
Man, you're bang bang Niner gang.
Bang bang Niner gang. Yes.
And your credit. No.
You know what?
Credit got bang bang too.
It's funny because my first credit card, I purchased my girlfriend at the time a ring and pendant from K's or whatever it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It begins with K's.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is, as I paid it off, and it really helped my credit. but you know, but I got a bad story. So this is a really bad story. Me and my girlfriend, same girlfriend, we went to the mall. We dropped $4 grand on clothing. You see that? That hurt my credit.
Oh.
You got any of those clothes to this day?
I actually do.
Yeah.
I actually do. I actually do. I got probably 2 pairs of pants I still have. I got a couple t-shirts that I still have. But yeah, we had a blast. It was fun.
Man, it was fun for the moment. It was fun for the moment.
I guess I'm frugal with my money, you know. So a $4 grand shopping spree, man, I have to try real hard.
I feel you. That's funny. I'm about to say what, but that it's just funny, like listening to each of our own intro into credit and how we utilize it and went about it and just learn some things from it. So, because I know, like my early introductions and what I gathered from other family members at the time, you know, older family members, it was almost like, yo, get what you can. It was like, get the money, you know, almost like that's free money. Get that money and do what you want to with it, but no understanding of how that could bite you later on in the future.
Yes, yeah, and refund checks. It can go on and on and on about all the different mistakes and you know, things that we were told to do that were obviously wrong things to do. But you know, at the end, like I always say, is if you're not failing, you're not learning. So you know, I don't have all this gray hair in my beard for nothing. This is wisdom.
Exactly.
But man, take that sidekick though. You know, you're the masseuse. You got that bad sidekick. You fix your credit on that sidekick. You get it removed off, right? Because it's been lingering on your report longer than what it should be, because you know it's just not going to disappear. You have to know, right? The system's set up in a manner that if you have good credit, you have more access. And if you have bad credit, you have less access.
Right.
So if everybody had access, equal access, then what? There have to be more and more barriers, right? So credit is, in my opinion, is that first hurdle. It won't get you $1 million, but it'll get you on the pathway to. So if you're out there and you're a massage therapist and you got that T-Mobile and you fix it, then the next thing is you get creative with credit. I saw this thing that said, Mark Cuban said, if you're starting a business with a loan, then you're stupid. It was, you know, point blank period, right? A masseuse who's been doing this, a craft for a long time, they know how to make money. They know how to please clients, but they don't know how to begin or get the funding. So they may think I need a loan to get that building, but all they need is a couple of months deposit and a couple of months overhead to keep them moving. So as a new business owner and through REI Financial, we offer credit, business credit, lines, cards, things like that to get you over that hump. So massage therapists, you can come to us, see what you qualify for, and we can help you get that plan together to get you into that office, right? Because if you can get you a business credit card and pull some of those funds off, they're now available for you to put on your lease. If you have the strategy in place to understand the cost of marketing, your overhead expenses, and you have your pricing right, you're already an expert, you're going to win in business. But the only thing that's holding you back is knowing those secrets and moving forward with it. And you can apply it to any industry, right? Say you're a real estate investor, you're starting out wholesaling and you want to move up the flips, or you want to buy and hold. You got to start somewhere. So I'm gonna pass it over to the champ of real estate. You know, what happens, man, when you want to get into the game and maybe do some flips or do some buy and holds?
Man, I think that's you. I think, and that's perfect segue, because I'm literally in that bridging that gap right now, going from wholesaling to doing more flips now. I've done a few flips. I've been fortunate enough to be able to use some of my own funds for the flips I've been able to do, or partner with somebody that has immediate access to those funds, because I've been in the industry now a while. I've created those relationships where I have access to that kingdom now. You know, I can literally make a call, and even if my main partner, my go-to, isn't available, he may know someone that may want to take the deal, and I could work it around that way. So I'm kind of in that space now. But I know originally started off when I first started hearing about wholesaling or even flipping, that was one of the things I feared the most. Like when you think wholesaling, you think you got to have the money to buy it yourself, but that isn't the case. But when it comes to flipping, you do need to have some access to whether it's buying materials, buying tools, hiring a contractor, whatever. Even if you aren't hiring a contractor, you're doing it yourself, you still have to have access to be able to buy equipment, buy tools, buy the things you need to actually fix up that property. And that was one of the things that intimidated me the most, was figuring out, like, how am I going to get access to that type of cash, you know, like, and be able to take on some more of these projects, because you may run into something, it's a huge opportunity, but because you don't have knowledge on how to handle that opportunity, you lose it. And so figuring out and learning how to leverage your credit and turn that into business credit, and then getting access to whether it be a credit card or a loan that may be even better than a hard money loan, is huge. That is freaking huge right now. Like perfect example, I was talking to another investor. They hit me up on game that Home Depot I think is doing like 2 years no interest if you get a card from them. Yeah. You know, now of course your limit is going to be determined upon your credit history, but naturally, the better your credit, the better your limit's going to be. If you can go in there and buy all the equipment you need to flip a house, let's say you need to put 5 to 10 grand into that house, and you can get damn near everything you need from Home Depot, you got 2 years to pay that off. In most cases, most flippers are looking to, the whole process of buying a home and flipping a home is 3 to 6 months. They're trying to purchase, they're trying to flip it, and then relist it within 6 months. That's the plan. That's the go-to. They're trying to do that so they don't end up losing any money. Yep. But if you have access to something that's giving you basically free money for 2 years, that takes a lot of pressure off of you, because they're doing that because they got to pay back people at a certain time. Usually it's a hard money loan. They want to they need to start paying back whoever they borrowed this money from before the interest takes effect, or it's a balloon payment and they got to make the rest of the loan paid off by the 6 months. So if you can learn to leverage your credit and get access to banks that are willing to get creative with funding, just like I said, by using your name and your payment history is basically what you're doing when you're using your credit. That's a huge advantage in the game, but you got to put in, that's another thing that comes with learning. You got to put in the homework to figure these things out, and how do you get there?
Man, without a doubt, and I think most people will just stop because, one, they don't know what to do. They feel like it's going to take a whole lot, and they just, they get discouraged.
Exactly.
But
exactly,
you shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't have to be, especially with so many resources out there right now. We got the book out there, The Minimum Score, by the way. I don't know if you guys seen that yet, but
shameless drop.
Shameless drop, exactly.
That's just if you want some game. It ain't free game, but it's worth it.
It's actually a really good book, though. I mean, like, it's a really thorough understanding of a lot of terminology that we don't understand, that really can help you speak the language when you're actually looking at getting a loan. Read that book. You're gonna have some information. It's a good book.
And too, man, with the templates and stuff like that, I had on there too. We had got an email said, "Hey, where's the dispute letters?" And I was like, "Oh crap, I forgot to." It's a separate section. So if you bought the book, the dispute letters, they're in the membership portal. So all of them, it's a whole bunch of them, but it's for all different scenarios, things like that. And if you want a copy sent to you, we'll get one out to you tonight. But otherwise, we're getting it corrected. So when you do purchase the ebook, the templates are separate PDFs, so that way you can, get it and you can do your credit repair. But anyway, back to the and plus, I'll drop a little gem about credit repair that can get your T-Mobile removed and get you on the track at the end of this call. But business credit is powerful. Personal credit is powerful. We hear people always talking about, I need business credit in my business name. It exists, but if you're taking T-Mobile bills off, it's not for you right now. That's not the case. But it's okay to be able to have business lines of credit with your personal guarantee, but it shows up in your business entity only. So I have several business entities, American Express, that does not report on my personal credit. So you think about that, right? One of the reasons why you don't want it on your personal credit is because if you use your credit cards and charge them up, you actually hurt your credit score.
Yep.
So how can you build a business by hurting your credit score?
Right.
It's difficult.
You have to take that extra step that I outline in the book, incorporate. Oh shoot, I said outline in the book. It's in the funding book. So if you didn't click the link, and I didn't really mention this a whole bunch, there's a special funding book. So once you get your credit repaired, there's a funding book that shows you how to get in a position to get funded. But you you set up your situation correctly, right? So that way you can get access to business credit. So when you get that $20,000 card, which I have, a $40,000 card, which I have, you can run it up to get what you need to get without damaging your personal credit. So if you need to run out and get some more, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. So
I learned that lesson the hard way. Capital One reports, even if you have business credit cards, Capital One, they report to your personal credit. So I have probably about $50-something thousand in Capital One credit cards. And when you run those up, that's gonna hurt your credit.
For sure. And I know I'm working on the business credit book too. And I already got a list of which credit cards report, business credit cards report to your personal credit, which ones report to the business, how you should apply, what time's the best time to apply. It's so many gems that I'm packing in this book to make sure that, one, we have more small business owners out here. Yeah. So I'm a part of a group, the Appliance Boot Camp, right? So I went to the boot camp, and that's what helped get the appliance repair company going. And in that group, every week, every day, there's always somebody inquiring about taking that next step. When the price of the course was $300, people second guessed themselves. When the price of the course is now $3,000, people second guessing themselves. But they give you the blueprint to succeed, but you have to look at it from the standpoint of, yeah, I'm going to spend $3,000 today, but how am I going to sustain going forward? Mm-hmm. So one, he gives you the blueprint on how you sustain going forward. But if you're like me and you want rapid growth, you're going to have to leverage business credit in some manner. So that makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
Right.
Because you're not ready. It doesn't take forever. It takes one step to get started, because now I could leverage, I don't even know how much I have on this one. It's enough. So I'm leveraging it to the point where we got this nice office, we got nice vehicles tagged, And if I want to go and do something, I'm like, hey, I want to spend $2,000. I don't have to pull it straight out of my profit account. I can just pull out the credit card, get points,
Boom.
pay it off later. Now we can go to conferences. I can order lunch. We ate lunch the other day. We had salties here. It's cool. They loved it. Everybody's happy. The only thing I can eat, on this low carb diet. But you can do things like that. And my credit score has not been touched this whole time. I'm still right under 800. It's floating. Because, you don't need an 800 credit score. Most people think you need an 800 credit score. If you can get to the 720 mark, 740, you're premium.
Yeah. Winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you can leverage credit cards when you're doing an appliance repair business to buy your tools, to get your signage, to get your license from the state. California, it almost cost me like $1,400 just to get going before I made the first dime. So I can leverage a credit card, put that $1,400 on the credit card, work for a month, get that $1,400 back, pay it off, and I get points. Smart.
So Marcus, to set a proper expectation for people, if they were to go grab the book and start following the blueprint that is in the book, what should be their expectation for when they can expect a significant lift in their credit and start utilizing some of these secrets that we're talking about right now?
Oh yeah, everything's in the book that anybody would need in any situation. And you don't have to have just bad credit for this book. You can have good credit and understand how to maintain your good credit, right? Just like things that we just talked about, getting the business lines, things that you do that you can be proactive with on your account, certain freezes that you can do that can stop agencies from reporting certain things. It's so many different things that you can do. But if you're in a situation where you do have some derogatory items and you're like, they're either old or they're inaccurate, because you think about it, most of the items on your credit report are going to be inaccurate in any way. That don't mean that you didn't go to T-Mobile and get the phone. That just means that, instead of Joseph McLemore, they put it in Jake McLemore.
Right.
And that's wrong. And that's not allowed, and it should not be reporting as Jake McLemore. Or JD. You're not JD. So it's things like that. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you reach out and you get the book, you'll be in a better position to make the changes in your life that you want to make. Not only that, help the people in your circle, because you'll have something that you can always go back to. But even if you don't buy the book, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group.
Boom. Get some of this knowledge. Get some of this knowledge.
We're not taking live callers yet in the group, but it's coming. It's coming. And if you guys send us more questions, info@reifinancialgroup.com, we'll answer them. Maybe we'll bring you on. You can ask some questions. But I put this offer out here a couple of weeks ago. If anybody want to do a business strategy, I've managed $40 million businesses, almost 70 people, budgets, I can do it. Marketing, I love marketing. So not only do I love it, I'm good at it. But I love to be good at it.
Talk that talk, Morgan.
and that's just the way it is. So if you're if you want to get more information or just hear us talk weekly, you know, we may even, I was telling the guys, I may jump on more often, but just to share everything that I want to talk about, every situation that goes on daily, you know, it's some gems in there. You know, internet went out here on Monday in the office. What do you do when you lose internet in your whole office? You got to have contingency plans. You know, I'm stressing out 7:30 all the way to 2 o'clock, no internet. Things were in place, processes were in place. The show went on. And I probably could have stayed at home that day and everything would have been just fine. But
Awesome.
that's where we are. But anyway, Devontae, man, you want to throw something in there before I give him the gem? I already gave him gems. I shouldn't give him any.
Oh no, I was just I mean, talking about financing. I'm in a position right now where I'm gonna have to basically finance some vehicles. Current vehicles I have right now are working, but I need to grow the business and grow the cash flow of the business. And so I'm looking to do some equipment financing, buy some trucks, buy some vans, inventory vans. And I'm excited about the process because I understand through many mistakes that using your own money is not a good deal. It can be, but most times when you're starting a business and you're doing work, you're putting forth energy, you have expenses going, and you don't understand the cash flow. There are just a lot of mistakes that can happen in starting a business. You can overestimate the revenue. You can underestimate the expenses. You can, so you need to have, like you said earlier, Mark, you need to have contingency plans. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be flexible enough to take my mistake, recoup some of the money, and get it back, cash back. And then now I'm able to do some financing. So yeah, definitely excited about that. And then another thing too is that, you know, like if you have a business, if you have a business 2+ years, your credit score is not that big of a deal.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't. You know, like you're looking at a 580 credit score or more, and you're still in the bucket. You know, so I'm definitely excited about getting this done, so I can take over this market in this area. I'm excited about taking over this market, definitely.
That's one thing too, man. That's why the book is named The Minimum Score, because we get so many questions about what's the minimum score.
What's the minimum score?
Like realistically, like you said, 580, some 500, but it depends on your profile.
Right.
You know, what does that look like for you? And the reason why most businesses fail before 2 years. So if you're rocking and rolling 2 years in and you jacked up your credit not because you didn't pay bills on time, but you maxed out all your credit cards and you might have missed a couple bills along the way. People are more forgiving if you're making money and you're providing jobs to others. So they want small businesses to win. But like I said at the beginning of this call, there has to be some barrier. Everybody just can't win. So that 2 year, if you look at that 2 year mark, if you know how to be creative and get your business cash flow positive by any means necessary, by using tools that are available to you, by reaching out to mentors and figuring it out, at 2 years, you can really start to do more and more things. And those are some of the loan products we're able to broker for you, because we have contacts with some of the most outstanding lenders in this country. So if there's something that can fit for you, we can find it.
Definitely.
Hey, So I want to drop this jewel because I did put in the comment, I was going to give some game on credit repair. So I wrote this down real quick. It's off the top of my head. I made a post, I think yesterday, day before yesterday, about the secondary bureaus. Most people don't know they even exist. Anything outside of Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, right? But there's other bureaus that the bureaus have to get information from. So, for instance, if you're disputing Jack McLemore versus Joseph McLemore, there's a bureau that verifies identity. So if that bureau is frozen and TransUnion can't get that information from that bureau, then it's not verifiable. There's a bureau. If you had a repo, you got a car repossession, there's a bureau that they go to get that information to verify, right? Because they can't verify information themselves. That'll be like, the NFL. Govern themselves, right? So they go to a bureau to verify the information. And if you can't verify the information, the item has to be removed. And it goes on and on. Foreclosures, medical, although medical that's a slam dunk, right? That's hip all day. But it's so many. The secondary bureaus is the key. All that information is in the book. How you should freeze it. What does that schedule look like? The whole shebang. The game, $97, and get your funding book. As a matter of fact, if you go in the next, we'll call it 48 hours, 24, get 48. If you go the next 24 hours and you purchase the minimum score, there's an extra DIY funding. So you can fix your score and get that funding just like that. So you don't have to pay anybody $1,500 to do it. You can do it yourself. I'll give that to you for free if you email back, I'm in, after purchase. So we'll verify your purchase. We'll see that you're in, and then I'll add that book into your membership, and then I'll email you a copy. How's that sound?
Good deal.
That's valid.
There we go. Well, hey guys, another good talk. Almost another half an hour tonight. So, but for everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. Guys, you want to say some parting words? Take us on out of here?
Oh, man. Y'all be cool. Go get the book. Get your knowledge up so you can get your money up.
Ditto.
All right. Right on, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace.